Alright, so we're going to jump right into this project. I have some leftover resin from another project. It is, this resin has a really weird name. And then I just mixed in some of this gorgeous holographic glitter. And it is getting quite warm, so I need to get it used up. Let that flow for a second. And make sure it's getting down in everything, okay? Got some bubbles popping. Okay. Now we can add some more. Apparently a moth came in with the dogs when I let them outside. Hopefully he doesn't try to abandon my piece. Alright, so I'm gonna have to level that out and we'll be back. For demolding, I'm going to find something to put this little bit that's left in real quick. And I'll see you in a little while. Alright, so we're back. It has cured up. So pretty. So let's see, with my black one out. Shoved in here yesterday. Is that it? No. Okay. There it is. I'm gonna take my black Posca marker and color in this pentagram. Oops. One problem with the Posca markers is they're so like thin, like the liquid in them, that any little bubbles kind of cause a bit of a splattering effect. I need to get out my other paint markers and try them and see if they work a little bit better. Alright, so there's that. And then I'm just gonna take my alcohol I have in a spray bottle, spray some in the cap. Take a little Q-tip. I keep Q-tips on my desk for makeup and crafting. I go through quite a few Q-tips. Using it for both. Squirrels. I'm probably doing this all off camera. I'm so sorry. And so, they really do sound kind of like that whenever they're like when the little baby ones are starting to come out and they're kind of like playing and bickering with each other. It's kind of what they sound like. It's quite cute, quite fun to watch. Quite amusing. I don't know if anybody else has any experience there. Growing up, I had a lot of experience with squirrels. I did clean off little areas that I need to patch now. So I was one of those kids who was not afraid of wild animals at all. I wasn't even afraid of like the ones that I should have been afraid of. And a lot of that probably had to do with I had insane luck when it came to wild animals. I rescued so many animals, scared my dad so many times. One time I was at the park with a friend, and we saw this pack of dogs going crazy chasing something, and so I went over there, and it was 2 little baby squirrels they were trying to eat. And so, do you know what my craziness did? My crazy self decided that I was going to rescue these 2 baby squirrels from these extremely aggressive dogs. Somehow, I got both baby squirrels away from like 10 to 15 dogs without getting bit by either squirrels or dogs. And so, they weren't like bleeding or anything. Well, one of them was a little bit on its face. But they weren't really fighting me at all. They were just kind of like laying in my arms like, oh my god, I finally got rescued. Like, oh my god, the nightmare's over. Like, just laying there kind of like calmly, just like being cradled. I gave the first one to my friend after I got it away from the dogs. And then the second one, it took me a while to get the poor little thing away from the dogs. And so we were running home because, you know, like every little girl, I thought my dad was going to save the baby squirrels. And in my neighbor's yard, you know, going across the sidewalk, running home, the second one that took me the longest to get away from them, it passed away in my arms. It was very sad. I started screaming. Yes, I was screaming. Scared my dad half to death. He thought I was dying or hurt or I don't know. And he comes running out, scared out of his mind, thinking something was wrong, and I just hand him a baby squirrel. Sadly, the second one I rescued did pass away, but the first one, it survived, and we kept it for a couple of days just to make sure it was alright, and then we set it loose. They weren't like babies, like too young to be on their own. They were just not full-grown squirrels, if that makes sense. So I successfully rescued one of them, but the other one, sadly, did not make it. So I'm just using some of this resin pigment from Art. I don't know. I'm trying it out. I got it from Amazon. And I wanted to do a thin layer in here to seal up, you know, where I put the marker and where it's not all just one color. It's too simple for me because I like to complicate everything. Why? I don't know. So yeah, you guys get a resin pouring and a fun story. I actually rescued another squirrel another time. A full-grown adult squirrel. My dumb self. I was playing on the sidewalk and I saw a squirrel fall from the power line. And I did not think twice. I should have thought more than once, but I did not. Once again, though, I was extremely lucky. This full-grown squirrel never bit me. I picked it up and I ran it home. I handed it straight over to my stepmom at the time. And as soon as she took it from me, it bit her. Yeah, like I said, I was extremely lucky. My dad could never figure out how I managed to pick up so many wild animals and never get bit. The only time I got bit was when I got in the middle of a dog fight. That squirrel actually made it too. We only kept him for a couple of days. He refused to eat because he was a full-grown adult squirrel. He was not one for captivity, but we only had him for a few days, which was always the plan once, you know, I handed him to my parents, and that was because, you know, they just wanted to make sure that he was going to be okay from falling from the power line, and they thought he got shocked, which he had a bloody nose, so that was another concern. They were afraid he was not going to be okay. After a couple of days, my parents let him loose and put out some food just in case he was struggling at all, and we never found any not alive squirrels. We always had a lot of squirrels, probably because they knew that there was a dumb little girl there who would rescue them if something happened, aka me. But the only time I ever got bit as a kid by an animal was, there was this dog that lived next to our park, and when we'd go over to the park, he'd come out and he would play and visit with us, and we would pet him, and he was a sweetheart. He was a big old boy, but he was a very good dog. He was sweet, never acted aggressive towards any child whatsoever. And so we were over at the park, and he came over, you know, to do his normal visit, and a pack of stray dogs came over and attacked him. And they were whooping up on him pretty bad. And I mean, it was like 6-7 dogs against one. Totally not fair. My little ding-dong self decided to jump in the middle and separate them. I did manage to get the dog away from them, but one of the stray dogs did bite me, and I got in huge trouble for not being very smart and fighting dogs. I love the way this color looks. Like, it changed it just a hint to where it's different, but you don't lose any of that holographic. The black is now sealed inside of the resin, so it won't come off. I do think I have an air bubble in there I need to pop, but I think that's gonna look really cool. It's just a real thin layer. I didn't want to lose too much of the depth of the, like, tray. Kind of like a trinket tray, really. I'm gonna have to use something else because I'm afraid to mess that up too much. So I will be back to demold this with you all. Let me know what you think of my crazy, goofy stories. If you like these, maybe I'll do them in some more videos. Who knows? Today's my birthday and I'm a little goofy because I've had way too much sugar. I've eaten like the icing off of like 6 cupcakes. Just the icing because it was good. But the cupcakes were kind of eh. I've got them for the icing, to be honest. I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. This has cured, and I think it looks amazing. I love it. Totally awesome. So the purple just kind of seals in the black paint, makes it all level, keeps the black paint from getting scratched off, and it doesn't take away from the holographic look at all. So let me know down below what you think. How do you think it turned out? And thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Bye.